Hello. Making a gate from scratch. Part 5. This is what I've done so far with the two initial splits from the base of the maple tree that we cut. One of these is entirely knife finished so far, and one of them I've been using a Stanley rasp plane. So this one probably looks a little smoother from there, but this one has a much smoother touch to it up close. Anyway, I think the best thing to do probably would be to flatten this one out again with the rasp plane, like I'm doing with this, and then knife finish them. But that kind of thing I can do indoors quite happily when it's too hot or when it's dark. And right now, these are the next two sections of the tree that I went and cut last night and carried back whole like this. Would have been pretty smart to split them out there and strip them down and carry them back light, except that it was getting dark and there were a lot of mosquitoes. So these should come down into 5 foot lengths splits. And this one, I guess I'll split in 2. And this one, I may be able to split in 4 or 3 or something. We'll see. So, the tools that I shall use for that today. A deluxe baton. Lighting's not great, is it? Anyway, yeah. Deluxe baton. Barco Laplander. And now that I'm at the house, I have my pick of knives, of course, and I picked out a couple. Should be fun for the task. The knife I made, which I call the Arcadia, and this Bushcrafter from Dustin Mello. Now, I can't tell for sure, but it looks like the lighting's shocking. This is my stump. Fuck. There went the super glue and baking soda. Right. This is my stump. It's got a mushroom growing on it. Coexistence or no existence, right? Well, always coming up with some kind of janky little modification. There we go. Right. So, the Laplander. So yeah, I got way more than 5 feet here. Obviously, now we want to keep it a little long because you don't know what you're going to end up with once you split it. But I'm going to cut the ends off, the knobbly ends. Oh, incidentally, when I cut last night, I only took my little pocket saw with a 5-inch blade, and to cut through this took me 40 seconds. With the Coughlin's $11 Coughlin's pocket mini saw. So, maybe it takes twice as many seconds as using the Barco Laplander, but it fits in your pocket and you forget it's even there. which is why I like it. Now, back to the point. Yeah. So I can take this kink off the end here. Now, it's kind of a question which end to start your split from. Because logically, it's easier to split working your way upwards, as it were. You know, split from down to up, following the kind of growth of the tree. But some people say you should start at the thin end, because if it starts to break out in one way or the other, you're going to end up, you're more likely to end up with a good piece. So I'm eyeing down this, and it is not straight at all, but I can see which way I want to split it, which is kind of down there. So let's use the Arcadia. This is a cool knife to baton because it's nice and thick, but it thins out here, and it has this tooth, right? So it's really a penetrating wedge. See what I mean? You can see the profile, right? The tooth is going to kick in there just fine. Right. One of my splits is wandering already. It's wandering drastically. However, if I can control that, that could be a good thing. Maybe I'll get 3 out of this. So if I want to twist, if I want it to come back this way, I need to pull this one, right? It's a tricky one. Maybe I can cut my way in to steer. That seems like a good idea, actually. It's a little fiddly. Okay. So far, so good. Yeah, back in the day, the people who did this kind of stuff came from generations. At least some of them did, you know, and they had the knowledge. And they would be very quick at splitting this into whatever they wanted. They had the right tools and the right knowledge. But, you know, you can figure it out. Also, there are many ways to skin a cat, right? skinny. Okay, now we're coming to a knot. I'm just going to hammer through this knot here. So far so good, right? So I should be able to get this all the way down to the bottom, but let's say it runs out. Well, I'll still have an opportunity to try again here. And I should be able to get 2, but ideally now I'll get 3. 1 here, 2 out of this. And then I will do the same thing with this one, which is a lot thicker, so I should be able to get 4, or who knows, maybe 5 out of this then, in theory. But of course, many's the slip twixt cup and lip. We shall see. However, failing all of that, there are a lot of trees out there I can go and cut down. So we're definitely making progress. And I'll probably use this knife then for this one, just because it's thicker at the other end, you know. So this is not going to give you so much to hammer on once it's down inside the thing. And this knife should be great for this job as well, I reckon. And possibly the ideal pole finishing knife. I'm not sure, because I have a lot of good ones, but it's not so much then about how deep it cuts, or, you know, how well it cuts, even, you know, how easily it cuts. It's about the steerability, the fineness. And because this knife is so thick and has these convex bevels on it, you can plus the weight and everything. I think it should be a good one. But that'll be later. Thanks for watching.